Roots Outdoors. That's right, it's Aaron Morstead. And ladies and gentlemen, picking up where we left off with part 2, this is part 3 of the True Glow Range Rover Pro Duo setup. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally getting back to it. Now, if you guys remember the last time you saw this, in part 2, I was still shooting a Hoyt. Now I'm shooting a new bow because I jacked my shoulder up, so I had to get a new bow. And so I had to reset up the sight tape and everything. So this video here is picking the right sight tape for your bow, for your Range Rover Pro Duo, Range Rover Pro, and also the Archer's Choice Range Rover single pin. Okay, they're all the same. It's all the same sight tape. Matter of fact, you screw up, you got 84 of them, and you got like I don't know how many setup tapes that you can use, that you can just dial in yourself, which honestly I think that'd probably be a lot more accurate, and I may go with that anyway. But as I show you in this video, okay, hopefully you guys like what you see. If you like what you see, hit your thumbs up. If you like what you see and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications. That way you get all my videos. So hopefully you enjoy this video, setting up the sight tape and picking the right sight tape for the True Glow Range Rover Pro Duo. Alright, and we're back, Ground Roots Outdoors. I told you guys I was going to kind of give you a rundown of how this works on this Range Rover Pro Duo. Now, if you can see, this is the example sight tape, okay? And I'll try and get close enough so you all can see it. But if you look, there's pin marks in there, and each one of those pin marks was my actual distance. That's why I left the example sight tape on there, so I can measure this out and get my the actual sight tapes that go on here. That way we can get it sighted in properly. Okay, so I'm going to shoot it a couple times, make sure that I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and see if my 20's on again, and also I haven't shot in a while, so I'm going to shoot. So all right, here we go. Easton Hex 1 going down range. Here we go. God, I love this bow. I love this bow. There's like no torque whatsoever on this thing. I'm so glad I bought it. I do miss my Hoyt. Don't get me wrong. I miss my Hoyt. But I love this new PSE Evo NXT31. Just had to put a plug in there even though we're doing True Glow. Let's take a walk. Let's see where we're at. Shall we? All right, taking a walk, 20 yards. Forgive all the mess because we're doing a lot of renovating in my backyard. So a lot of my kids' stuff are everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hang on, let me set that down. Good Lord. Yeah, here's my first one right here. Told you I pushed it. Yeah, look at that. I don't mind being a hair low. Let's take it. All right, here we are. This is the first one. I knew I pulled it. Here's the last one, dead center bullseye. I'm all right with that one, the second shot. So it's just tucked in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, I was telling you that I put pin marks down here. So you have your 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And they suggest you go to 60 because that'll make it more accurate. Okay, and this is the example sight tape. So please don't think that I'm going over a sight tape with a sight tape. This is example. I used it for a very good reason because it helped me to zero in, gave me kind of an idea, and of course using a Sharpie helped me out quite a bit. Now, taking my True Glow tapes, I'm going to measure the proper one. They give you like 85, 90, 100 of these things. So who knows which one it's going to fall under, but we're going to measure it real quick and then I'll show you how to do that. So here we go. Hang on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can see this, don't think you can see that. Anyway, it goes up to 1 all the way to 84, and then it gives you setup sight tapes where you can just do it by hand, which I might end up having to do that anyway, just because I like that kind of way of doing things. Anywho, if this thing is measured up correctly the way it was supposed to be, number 80, this last one right here, number 80, it took me all the way to 80, so there you go, all the way to 80, and that one is the one that is going to fit my bow sight. We'll see about that. Stay tuned. So, again, you take all your pin marks or Sharpie marks. So it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Line 80 right there is supposed to match up with each one of those all the way up to 100. We'll see if I can hit 100, but that's besides the point. So I'm going to stick this on there. All right, and again, if I forgot, take your sight tape, measure it with your marks. You literally just put it right up next to it and you measure your marks. And then you pick the sight tape that you like. And it better be the sight tape that fits the right measurements. Otherwise, you may like a really small one, but you're gonna be shooting wrong. So make sure you pick the right one. So again, you just set it next to your marks like that. And if you remember, I picked sight tape 80, but you put it there and you measure your marks that you did with your pen, and that's your one, and you should be dialed up. Next time you see me, we're gonna be at Choctaw Archery, and I'll be trying this thing out to see how accurate these sight tapes really are, or if I'm gonna be coming over here to set up tapes and doing it myself. Stay tuned. Just in case, I already marked all my setup, because that's the OCD I am. So you got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, because I'm not going to shoot 100 yards possibly. But it's marked properly. That way, if I have to use the setup sight tape, I will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got sight tape number 80 on here. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it so it'll fit, because I put it on wrong like an idiot. It happens. But anyway, so I'm going to have to cut it just above the 100 mark. That way the roll will work. So I'm going to cut that. I'll show you here in a minute. Stay tuned. So when you threaten violence, things tend to work. Not really. You just got to use your brain. So I was able to manipulate the tape to where it would go underneath the pin without sticking, and now it's perfectly fine. So there she is, ladies and gentlemen, sight tape number 80. this should be dialed in if the calculations are correct like they said. Okay, and you see me rubbing on it. It's to make sure all the air bubbles and everything are out of it. That way it stays, because if water gets under it, there's no amount of adhesive that's going to keep it on there. So, good thing for me, I already ordered extra sight tapes, because that's the way I am. So, again, strip 80, all the way up to 100. Keep my fingers crossed. Next time you see me, it'll be at Choctaw Archery to see if this thing is that accurate. So, here we go. Oh yeah, something I forgot to tell you guys is if sight tape 80 is not enough, I have sight tape 81 or 82 if it needs it. And I also have sight tape 79 and 78. But the nice thing about this is you have those variations to, if one is not quite there, then you peel it off, slap the new one on. So you kind of have an idea now in where to go and how to, to differentiate and decipher which one it is. I am going to tell you, there's a good chance I might go to the setup tape. I'm just going to tell you that right now, because it'll be set for me. It's going to be accurate because I'll be using a rangefinder, and I'll find each one of those fine-tuned points all the way up to as high as it'll let me go. I'm one of those guys that technology, I'm not 100% in agreement with it yet. So we'll see. We'll find out how accurate these sight tapes are. So like I said, it's on 80. You have 84 different sight tapes, but then you also have your setup tapes. I already have my setup tape marked just in case. That's the way I go. And we'll go from there. So like I said, next time you see me, it will be at Choctaw Archery. If you like what you see, hit your thumbs up. If you like what you see and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications. That way you get all the videos. Hopefully you guys learned something about how to set up the sight tape on this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, again, all you do is go or get your rangefinder, 20 yards, boom, till you hit bullseye. 30 yards, boom, hit bullseye. 40 yards, boom, hit your bullseye. 50 yards, boom. You can do this with 50-yard sight, from 20 to 50, but they say the higher you get, the easier it is to pick your sight tape. We'll see. So, again, like I said, stay tuned. We'll see you next time.